bar, and they kind of hit it off. Okay. But he's fighting these demons, alcoholism, and painkillers, and what have you. And so they start kind of seeing each other, but they're always teetering on the edge because of his addiction, and then she's slowly being recognized for her talent, and then he's being held back. So she kind of eclipses her talent, kind of eclipses him,
and he starts to realize that.
And then there's some jealousy there. Yeah, he has his addiction issues, like Wesley was saying, and when she starts to eclipse him, then he starts to go off the rails a bit. Yeah. You know who's really good in the movie and plays her dad? Oh, yeah. Andrew Dice Clay. Yes. Really? Yeah. He's not in a whole lot of it, but the few scenes that he's in, he's really good. Okay. It's true. He's kind of reinvented himself as a dramatic actor over the last, decade, maybe even less than that. Where he kind of pops up in these smaller, like more dramatic roles, and he's really good in A Star Is Born. Okay. Dave Chappelle.
He's in that.
He's in like one scene. Yeah. He's in the scene that you see in the trailer for the movie with Dave Chappelle is like the only scene I think he's in besides like the scene directly after that where they get married. Huh.
Spoiler.
That's in the trailer. You can see that in the trailer, man. You know that's coming.
I'm just kidding.
You know that's coming.
Isn't fucking Dave Chappelle in You've Got Mail?
He is in You've Got Mail. Yeah. He's Tom Hanks' buddy.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. But anyway, Star Is Born. Check it out. Pick up the soundtrack. It's really good. Yeah. Fuck you. If you don't agree.
Yeah. Because no, the first song in the movie that Bradley Cooper sings that opens up the film is super good. Yeah. And that's one I've listened to multiple times.
What else was I gonna say about that one?
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It is. It's a good movie.
It is.
That was one where I would see the trailers and I was kind of like, I don't really know. I don't really think I care. And then it opened up and they're like, oh, it's really, really good. And, Bradley Cooper's so good in it. And Lady Gaga's really good in it. Surprising. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go and watch it. And I liked it a lot.
When she, and Susie actually made fun of me for this, but when she fucking socks that dude in the bar... Because they go to this bar, right? They had just met each other. Mm-hmm. Maybe for, not more than an hour. Mm-hmm. And this, because Bradley Cooper's persona, he's famous, right? This cop, they're in a cop bar. This cop rolls up on him. And he's like, hey, my wife started fucking this guy and she said that he looked exactly like you. And now I want you to he was like, I want you to sign this fucking piece of paper for me so I can go and tell her that that guy didn't look anything like you or something something fucking retarded. Yeah. And then, Gaga's character kind of gets offended for him. She gets up and she's like, hey, why don't we just stop this? And the guy brushes her off. He goes, oh no, nobody's talking to you or whatever. And she goes, what? Boom! He just clocks him in the face. Oh man! Favorite part of the film.
And after that, they're in a supermarket and he gets the frozen peas for her hand, and then they have a discussion out in the parking lot, and that's where she talks about her music and
writes a song.
Yeah, and it's all that whole scene leads into him being on stage and wanting her to come out for the first time, and it's a really good stretch of the film.
Nice.
Check it out, sir.
Yeah, I will. I think I will. It's out on DVD now.
Might be just close. The window to from theater to disc commercials pretty quickly.
I feel like I've seen some commercials for it. Maybe it's on digital right now.
It'll definitely be out in the next few weeks if it's not already.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Those Netflix and chill.
When she told me you were watching it in IMAX, I was like, wait, what? That movie came out 2 months ago. Is it still in IMAX? Because IMAX usually is a week or two and then something else comes through, and I knew Aquaman was coming out.
Because of the awards. They brought it back for the whatever it was, the Academy or Golden Globes.
Yeah, Academy Awards will be announced probably by the end of January. But I forget, there was something in IMAX. It was before Aquaman. Something was in IMAX. But I saw that they were... Oh, it was Mortal Engines, I think, had just come out.
Spider-Man?
No, it wasn't Spider-Man. I think it was Mortal Engines, which was supposed to be in IMAX.
I heard that was shit. Have you seen that?
No, I heard it was bad.
Yeah, I heard it was shit.
But I remember that was going to be in IMAX, and then that's when Susie told me that you were going to go watch it in IMAX, and I was like, wait, what?
It only had a few.
But I think they took away IMAX screenings from Mortal Engines because it wasn't making money.
Shit.
To put a Star is Born.
Nice. I remember my pick now. What's your pick? Black Klansman.
Nice.
Yes. You guys did a episode about it. Yeah, the movie is really good. I've watched it, I think, 3 times now since I've owned the Blu-ray. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but
that was a movie. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 movies this year that I've actually seen multiple times in the theater, and that was one of them.
Okay.
And you guys didn't even talk about Michael Buscemi, Steve Buscemi's brother, who I thought
I thought that was him.
I was like, holy shit, is that Steve Buscemi?
Okay, I was gonna ask. The whole time I was telling Alyssa, I'm like, that guy looks just like Steve Buscemi, man. And I was like, he sounds just like him. Yeah. I'm like, he's like almost as ugly as him. But I mean, I guess
I listened to the episode and I was like, they haven't mentioned him. Like, that was crazy. That blew my mind when I saw that.
Because we all watched it together. Vic was like, wait, is that Steve Buscemi? And we were like, no, fool, that's not him. But then we realized at the end of the film, I don't know why we didn't bring this up on the podcast, but we checked the credits and we saw it was in fact his brother.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm glad you actually, because the last time I watched it was actually a couple days ago. And I was still thinking, like, man, that guy looks just like him.
Yeah, because for the first few minutes he was on screen, I was thinking, is that Steve Buscemi? Because he looks like him, he sounds like him, but he looks older.
Yeah.
Is that really him? And I was like, oh, it's his brother. Okay.
Yeah. That's funny.
That guy's really good in the film.
Yeah, he is.
He is good.
His little parts that he has. I really liked this the soundtrack for this movie. I thought it was really cool.
It's got Ball Confusion in it. That's a great Temptation song.
I just think, I don't know, it's pretty crazy this was actually a true story. And we were able to get a movie about it. Mm-hmm. And what was it? I think, what's his name? Duke? The Klansman leader?
The Grand Wizard?
Yeah. He actually, didn't he say he liked the movie or something like that?
Oh yeah, you listened to the episode, sir?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I listened to the episodes when I'm not on.
Yeah, he had said. Asshole. Well, he said that
that was a favorable portrayal of him.
That he liked the movie, and then do you hear those tires screeching in the back? And that he liked Malcolm X, or that he watched Malcolm X too, which is crazy.
I don't know. I just thought the movie was really cool. I know you liked it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Did an episode on it.
This is, top 3.
Yeah, this year?
Yeah, by far.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Chris?
Yeah, I would agree. That's, I loved it a lot. I hope John David Washington becomes a bigger star.
I was going to say that too. I really hope he gets picked up on something.
He was in a smaller movie that was out around the same time that I wanted to see, called, I think, of Monsters and Men, and it was only out for like a week or 2, and I missed it, where he plays another police officer.
Okay.
His stuff in it is great, and the rapport that he has with Adam Driver, his scenes with Adam Driver, are so good in the movie. And their respect for one another and their back and forth is really, really good, and it's probably one of the funnier parts of the film. That's like we talked about with like Blind Spotting, like a really funny movie, but also has its very serious and real moments. Mm-hmm.
I like the kind of the movie almost comes full circle to now when he's talking to his police chief, and he's like, "You really think Americans would be so stupid to have someone like Duke as the president?" And he's like, "You being someone of color, don't you think that's kind of ignorant for you not to think that wouldn't happen?" And it's like, man, that's crazy. That's insane. No, like it makes it so relevant.
Yeah.
And especially with stuff that's happening now.
It comes full circle.
Yes.
Especially with the ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
the ending was crazy.
A good movie, and then the ending is very sobering to realize shit like this still happens. And if you don't think that it does, then you're pretty ignorant.
Yeah.
Like Spike says in that interview that we used, that you're not laughing by the end when those credits fucking roll.
Yeah.
You know, when that flag turns upside down, nobody's fucking laughing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Powerful film, man.
Yes, Black Klansman.
I liked how a lot of the cops were like actors that were like pretty regular in Spike Lee movies before. I was like, oh yeah, that guy's in this movie and this movie and
There's
this movie.
There's a cool reunion.
Yeah.
And they all had fun stuff. I love my favorite fucking part in the film is when that cop, he's sitting and they're talking to David Duke? Is that on the phone, and he's saying how he can tell when he's talking to an African American.
Yeah.
And the fucking cop, he was like, because they go, "Ara."
Yeah.
And the fucking cop just spits his coffee out because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
The timing on that is so... Every time I see it, man,
yes,
I die.
Yeah.
It's... That film as a whole is brilliant.
Brilliant, yep.
Remember when you told me to check it out? He's like, oh yeah, because I wanted to see it, but he's like, dude, check out Black Klansman and everything, it's so good. And I was like, man, I hope so. And then he was like, why were you saying you hope so, man? I'm telling you it's good. I'm like, yeah, I know, but Spike Lee hasn't made a good movie in like over a decade.
Yeah.
So I hope that it's good because the dude...
Take my fucking recommendation, you dick. Believe me.
No, because he was very adamant on, I don't know about Spike
we'll
Lee
see.
after Old Boy is really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, he hasn't made a good movie since Inside Man.
That's true.
That was his last good movie, and like the last decade, it's been shitty movie after shitty movie. And I was like, oh, what if he's one of those guys that just has lost it?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the magic anymore.
I was saying, I just think he needs something to say. And this, they gave him this. This was just meant to be because it feels like, even though he co-wrote it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it just feels like him.
It was probably an existing script that he rewrote when he decided he was going to direct it. And yeah, I was happy that was a return to form, like Wesley said.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, thank God he made another good movie, and one as entertaining as this one is.
I think that's M. Night Shyamalan. You can kind of... That's kind of in his, kind of like him, how like he had some good ones, and then
everyone kind of wrote him off. He made a bunch of shitty movies, and it's like, okay, now he's going to make a split,
he's back,
which is great.
Yeah,
okay,
but yeah, so definitely check out Black Klansman, buy it, rent it, whatever. If you haven't seen it,
do it.
Stay woke. So who's next, Chris?
Well, this was one of my recommendations, I think, on the Hereditary podcast. Was First Man.
Okay, yeah.
That was one that didn't do business like I feel like it should have, because it was excellent. And we've talked about before, like how much I love space and NASA and all that stuff. So I was super excited about it. I loved it. There weren't more than like 4 other people in the theater when I saw it.
Oh, it sucks.
And this was like, I watched it on like a rare daytime screening.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Gosling is really good in it. Like all the NASA stuff, all the space stuff is incredible. And I would have loved to have seen it in IMAX. But because it didn't do well, they replaced that with Halloween when they put Halloween out in IMAX.
Yeah, it came out right before